here in Washington State. Ever New with Kris M. Smith, Hannah McCrane, and guests is about living out loud, forging lasting connections, and visiting with effervescent thinkers and dreamers. It's an uplifting hour or more that promises to leave everyone feeling better. So who's up for some fun? Welcome. Let's get this party started. Guess what? We have had a wee of a time. This is Hannah's last day here, but it's a full day. I take her to the airport like at 9 tonight. Yeah. And first thing we want to tell you is that at 10 this morning, Hallmark is releasing its Dr. McCoy Hallmark ornament that goes with the mirror whole set of mirror. It has the Enterprise and all 7 cast members, and it goes through the entire show with the various actors voicing their own voices. And we saw it last week when we were in there, and the only one ornament that wasn't already there was McCoy, and we asked when he was coming. He said it would be today. So we're going to do it today.
They saved the best for last.
So anyhow, we are going to go get that right after we're finished with this. I don't know who Tallulah is. And we have been doing a whole lot of great stuff, and we've been documenting it on images. So there we got a comment. Tina from Russia is here. Yes. Yeah. You're in for a treat, Tina. We're going to be showing you some great photos today. I'm getting a message from someone I don't know, so I'm going to see what's going on here. Hi, who are you? I'm just not doing well at all here.
I think a caps lock is on.
I think it is too. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, anyhow, good, close enough. Okay.
Hey,
John Bowersox is here. All right. Okay, I'm going to start in here with, we have almost 100 photos to show you of what we've been doing here. So this is cool. We'll start with number 1. Hannah in the cowboy hat that Dee wore. It wasn't Dee's cowboy hat, but when I was in Denver one time, Dee wore it for a couple of pictures, and she wanted to wear it. So that was one of the first things you did when you got here. And then our first trip was to Westport because she wanted to go, wasn't it?
Probably. I can't keep track of the order.
Okay. Our first trip was to Westport, and because she wanted to see the Pacific Ocean. She's seen the Atlantic Ocean. So we went to the Pacific Ocean at Westport, and this is one of the pirates in one of the stores at Westport. It's a really cool little boutique-y town where you can get all kinds of cool things. Indoors, we were doing stuff like this in the various stores.
Who doesn't want a dinosaur in their store?
Absolutely. And saltwater taffy. We got saltwater taffy. But the neat thing is, go ahead.
We found sand dollars, which we don't get at the Atlantic Ocean.
And it was
not that I've ever seen.
And they were unbroken. They were completely unbroken. So she got one for each of her family members. Was that a secret?
No, they do.
I was going to say it's not anymore. And here is a picture of Hannah atop the Westport Tower, so you can see out over the jetty. And you said the Pacific Ocean is a different color than the Atlantic.
Yeah, you can kind of see it in this picture, but it's kind of like an aquamarine, would you say?
I would say it's aquamarine, yeah.
Yeah, the Atlantic it's more of a green-brown kind of color that you can really see in the waves.
It's weird to see us in the same room.
It is.
It is. And it probably won't happen again for a while. So
probably not.
Enjoy. Yeah. Hi. That's our UK lady. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back here and get some more photos. Here's another picture of her. We drove a little bit south of Westport because Westport is encircled by these jetties, so it doesn't eat away, so the ocean doesn't eat away Westport. Well, down a little south of there is a place called Grayland, and we went down there, and it's very uninhabited. Oh, that was the other thing about the difference between the two coasts.
Yeah. Ocean City, New Jersey, which is where my family goes, it's nothing like that. It's all inhabited. There's, Ferris wheels, a lot of stores, restaurants.
So it doesn't feel natural at all.
No, it doesn't.
And this was completely natural.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun over there, but this was like a completely different feel, and I liked it.
And it was quiet. It was no people, and I did get a video of it with the ocean, but I didn't put it up here. I do have a video of Snoqualmie Falls later on in this little thing we're doing right now. There's me in the same location. Our next trip was to Puget Sound, which is, I don't know if you're familiar with Washington, but Washington has like an arm on it. It's the Olympic Peninsula is the arm, and the Pacific Ocean is on this side, of course, on the west side. But if you go around the arm, then the whole inland water area is from the Pacific Ocean, but it's called Puget Sound. So
that was when did we go there? Tuesday, Wednesday?
We went there Tuesday, I think. Yeah. So where are we here? We are here at Owen Beach. Okay, and they have just refurbished the beach because of the climate change and the sea levels rising. They knew within 30 years it would be all inundated. So they have re-established it farther back and higher up, and they put an orca thing here for kids to play on. But I think it's a really, really cool orca thing. Little kids can climb up on top of that and play. Mm-hmm. So we got
like a little sliding board from on there.
Yeah. And this is just ambiance pictures. Looks like you're having a great time, Hannah.
Oh, I am.
Here's another ambiance picture. Here's another one, just to give you a little idea of the lay of the land. Here's another one. This is facing away from the shore. Up behind her is this huge cliff of evergreen forest behind. It's really, really pretty. And I took this picture, strangely enough, there was a fog just lifting that day. We saw this ferry later, very, very clear, but at this point it looked like a ghost ship. So I took a picture of it.
Oh, it does.
Just as the fog was lifting, it looked like a ghost ship.
Almost like something you'd see out of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. So, shall we introduce Tallulah?
Sure.
I'm going to add Tallulah to the podcast. Tallulah's new with us. Hi, Tallulah. Where are you from? Oh, she went bye-bye. I think we scared her. Okay, I'm sorry.
Maybe she clicked on the wrong link.
I don't know. Okay, well, we'll come back if Tallulah comes back. This is a picture that Hannah took. One of the first times you saw him, just as he was coming out of the trees the first time.
Yeah, he was up in that.
Yeah.
He poked his head out of the.
And we called him down, said, "Come on, you want some num-nums?" And he started to come down, but then he decided he wasn't really hungry yet, so he started playing around in the other trees. And so she got that image. Okay, let's try Tallulah again. I thought Roger said he was going to join us. Okay. Tallulah, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, where are you from?
I'm in Tacoma.
You're in Tacoma? Okay.
I am, yeah.
Well, I can't see you because you're not aimed
Sorry, I'm awkward.
Oh. Okay. So this is the first time you've joined us?
Yes.
Are you a DeForest Kelley fan? Why did you decide to join us? All right. For how long?
So my fiance got me into Star Trek last year. So about last year.
Whoa.
Only about a year. So I'm a newbie, but I love it.
All right. Well, stick with us because we talk about D almost every episode. I don't know that we will this one just because we have so many pictures to share. But you're so welcome. We'll have to get together at some point.
Yes, I'd love that.
Okay, all right. Well, hang around, and I'll show you what we got going. Are you new to Tacoma, or did you grow up here?
I'm from Pennsylvania actually, so I'm
all right.
from the East Coast, so I've been out here for almost 4 years.
All right. Are you going to school here?
No, I just live here.
Oh, okay. Very good. Do you like it?
I love it. I love the Pacific Northwest, and it's just like the West Coast is my favorite thing.
All right. And were you out here before, or did you just end up out here and discover it?
My fiance was out here before, so I flew across the country for him. You know, crazy.
Has he taken you any place to show you around the area?
We've been to the ocean. We've been to we went to what's it called? I can't remember. The state park up in that's like half in Canada. I forget what it's called. What is it called?
Oh, okay. I don't know, but at least I know the approximate area.
Yeah, it's up in Blaine. And we've been there. I've been to Forks.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been
you a Twilight fan? Are you a Twilight fan? Did you go to their
I was, yeah.
Go to their festival? Did you go to their festival?
No. We haven't been over there yet.
They have one every year in September. You should go.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll definitely check that out.
Look up Forks Twilight Festival, and it'll give you the dates for next year.
Nice.
Okay, so just hang in here, because I'll show you some where I took Hannah. And if you go back about 3 weeks, I had a friend here from New Zealand named Helen, and we went additional places. If you catch the earlier podcast, there are other places you can go that your fiance really should take you to, because they are really highlights. Winthrop is a cowboy town, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So, okay. So hang in here, and we'll hopefully catch up with you a little bit later.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So, and here's him coming through the fence for the first time for Hannah to kind of meet up close and personal. She met him real up close and personal this morning.
Yeah, I did.
We walked out, and he was waiting for us to feed him. And so she sat down, and she was washing all of her clothes to be sure that she doesn't take any cat hair back to what. This place was pretty well. I cleaned it up as best I could, and she didn't have any allergic reactions at all while she was here. But she wondered if there might still be some residue that she wasn't getting, privy to. And so she's washing all her clothes this morning. So we went out to feed Solstice, and she's in shorts. And the first thing Solstice did was climb up on her leg and put a paw print on a perfectly nice little raccoon muddy paw print on her leg.
He was saying hi.
Hi. So I quickly got a picture of it. I didn't put it up here. I didn't think to do that. But we have a picture of him. And who's that?
This is Kitty.
Tell me again.
Her name is Kitty.
Kitty?
She's confused. She's like, where? What's happening?
My sister had a dog named Tabby.
Hi,
Kitty. Kitty. He says, forget that. Okay.
She's confused. We're in Puyallup currently. My fiance has a doctor's appointment. So.
Okay. All right. So back here, is this the first time? This is the first time he actually touched you, right?
Yeah.
She's feeding him one of those vanilla wafers that you can get at the dollar store.
He loves those.
And here's a close-up that she took of him just about ready to climb onto my legs and come get some food that was on my lap. And here's another one. He loves eggs, especially the yolks of eggs, and his cookies. But he also gets, really good for him food. He gets dog and cat food and a variety of other things too. And there he is coming onto my legs. He's getting so big. Just since this picture was taken, he's gotten bigger.
Yeah.
Seriously, in 1 week, he's bigger than this. And this Barbie Sue, I have to thank Barbie Sue, Hannah's mother. She made this. It's an Andy Warhol style McCoy shirt for me. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, let's go to comments for a minute. Photos are wonderful. All right. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're enjoying them because boy, do we have a bunch to get through. On the way back from Westport, I was trying all the way through Olympia to point out the state capitol, but it was really, really foggy when we went in the morning. When we came back, there were so many trees, we couldn't see it. So I said, just a minute, I'll jump off the freeway and we'll go and take a look at it. And we drove around and I stopped for a second so she could come out and get a picture of it. And then, of course, we got lost in the parking lot because it was all this way, this way, this way. And it was like, okay, I don't know where we are or how to get out, but we'll find our way out. There was a police car there, and I thought, I wonder if they're going to come over and ask us what we're doing here, but they didn't.
Get out, walk on the line.
Now, the next picture I'm going to show you is Snoqualmie Falls, but it's during the dry season. Normally, Snoqualmie Falls, that entire black face there that the waterfall is coming over, it's normally full of water, and it's just, we've had a very, very dry season. As you can see along the top edges here, how dry and brown the grass is. That normally would be all green and verdant. But I do want to show you what this sounds like. We took a picture so you could hear the falls. So this is about 30 seconds long. We stayed there for like a half hour. Just looks like something's coming down, or is that just dirt on my screen? Anyhow. Oh, and here's another. This is a little bit back to solstice for a minute. This is blurry, but it's, I think, one of the first few moments. That,
Nums. There you go.
And we'll do the otter in a minute. Remind me to do the otter.
We'll do.
Okay. So that was Snoqualmie Falls. Our next trip was to Northwest Trek yesterday. And here's what we saw at Northwest Trek. This is your photo, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is Hannah's photo of a grizzly bear. I have another one of a grizzly bear that Lisa took, and I'll show that a little bit later. Here are three of the four people who went. Lisa is taking the picture, obviously. My best friend forever, Lisa, came along too. This is, you know who we are. The other gentleman is Edward Smith, and he had a lion during the same years I had a serval. I've known him for some 40 years. And so he came along with us to Northwest Trek yesterday. And we walked through the nature preserve part. We drove through, and I'll show you some of those photos in a minute, into the open pastures where all the ungulates were. But this is the walkthrough section, and this is a snowy owl. And here's a bison. Hannah took this picture of a bison. They're literally right outside your window when you go through this Northwest Trek place. It's an amazing, amazing place. Lisa took one on the other side of the car. Obviously, you can tell they're two very different ones. One's much more mature than the other. And then back inside on the walkthrough, I'm jumping back and forth between the walkthrough and the drive-through. Here was a marten who was asleep, and we could hardly see it, but Lisa was able to get a really, really good close-up with her cool camera, and you can see he's tucked away there going nighty-night. Here's one Lisa took of a lynx. And this says Lisa. So this is one of Lisa's Roosevelt elk. One of the Roosevelt elk actually got in front of our tour. We were all driving our separate vehicles. We were immediately behind the lead vehicle again. And this big, massive elk got in front of the lead car and just slowly plodded up the road, and we followed him. And I think we have a photo or two of that a little bit later. There's also a place at Northwest Trek called Cheney Center, and it's an indoor little cute. It's kind of really for tots and people who are really into science, but this is what you find when you first get in there, except for Hannah. She was just there momentarily. No. And that's a young black bear cub. And here's me behind the same critter. Here's another image of the three of us. It may be the same image. I might have duplicated that. Here's again,
Golden eagle.
this golden eagle was 30 feet away.
Probably.
Yeah. And Lisa was able to get a close up. This was a long way away.
Oh yeah.
And she was able to get that picture of the grizzly bear. And these are, I believe they're called sand frogs. And the
toads.
these were called frogs. There were toads. Oh, maybe they were sand toads. Anyhow, I had never seen them before. They're very, very cute. They almost look like something Walt Disney put together.
They kind of do.
Don't they? Yeah. And Lisa got a great picture of the cougar. He was way back toward the back, but again, with her lens, she was able to pull him forward. Here's one of Lisa's of the bald eagle that is there. They have 3 bald eagles. I'm not sure which one this is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And here's a live black bear that Lisa got with her long lens. We didn't see caribou the first time we went with Helen. Here is a caribou. And here's the deal. In this trek tour, you have to keep moving. You cannot stop and take a picture. You have to drive very, very slowly, 5 miles an hour or slower, and stay right behind the lead car.
Yeah.
So for her to get pictures like this when the vehicle is moving is like incredible. Here are badgers that were in the little part you could walk around in afterwards. And that could be a postcard. That is so beautiful. And here's one Hannah took of the 2 badgers. To me, they look like little tanks the way they're built.
Kind of do.
Yeah. So that's those guys. Let's go up here to the comments. Woo! See? Tina, if you ever get here, see what's going to happen? That's a big bison. They are all big bison.
They're very big bison.
They are very, very, very big babies. So that is our little
you wanted to show the otter.
Oh yes, I want to show the otter. I want to show another video. Let me scroll down here. And here is one of the otters playing in the water in the walkthrough part. Oh, you know what? If you come over here, you can see him a little better. He's sleeping like this. Yeah, his ear is right here. Yes, I got him sleeping. You might be able to get a better shot here. Oh, and here's the otters playing. And here's the otter here. Northwest Trek is really cool. Any of those aquatic animals that are there, they have literally above ground and underwater, a window there so you can watch them. If they go under the water, you can watch what they're doing under the water. They have dens. There was a baby skunk in the den. There was also an otter in the den rolling around in sawdust having a wee of a time. We didn't get any video of that, unfortunately. And I'm not sure we even got any regular photos because the window was a little dirty. So I don't think we got any of that. And there's Helen. We didn't see any moose babies. They were supposed to have been released in the fall, but we didn't see any baby moose. We didn't see any moose again at all this time. That's the only one of all of the animals they have that we haven't seen. I love otters. I love otters too.
They're so cute.
This is Otter the World. This is Otter this world. Yeah. So you guys, if you ever come to Washington, Northwest Trek is a place to go if you're an animal lover, for sure. Okay, so any comments? Any questions? Oh, it's D time. Does anybody have any D questions? Not at the moment.
Should we get the badgers off the screen, or do you want to keep them up?
Get the what?
Badgers.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Let me take the badgers away. Okay. All right. So, I thought Roger was going to join us, but I guess he's not. let's see. Oh, next at the next Evernew, I'm going to read something. If you haven't read my book, DeForest Kelley, Up Close and Personal: A Harvest of Memories from the Fan Who Knew Him Best, I'm going to read the section called Happy Halloween, because we're coming on Halloween. And Hannah said that was one of the funniest parts of the whole book, and we're going to make that happen in 2 weeks from now. So I guess we could have Tallulah interview us and ask us questions she wants to know about these, and she's a newbie. You want to do that?
I don't know any questions.
You don't know any questions? Okay. Okay. We got a comment. Did Dee ever want to direct an episode of Star Trek? No. I guess he was offered the ability to do it after both Shatner and Nimoy did the movies. He was offered, you want to direct this. He said, no, after watching what the other two went through, absolutely not. So, yeah, Dee was a laid back guy, and I don't think he was happy living in high stress environments, and directing a movie is a whole different ballgame although when he was a young man, he produced plenty of radio shows and plays and stuff. But
that is true.
But yeah, he wasn't up for that at all. He considered himself a semi-retired person at that point, and he wanted to stay that way. So I don't blame him. Yeah.
In college, I studied film and radio. They're completely, they're two
Yes.
totally different things.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So tell us what your favorite parts of the visit were. Oh, another thing we did, you had seen one Dee in a Western, and that was Waco.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to twist your arm. I'm going to make you watch some Westerns, because you need to see Dee as a bad guy to understand why the studio was afraid to try to have him as a good guy, because they thought nobody would believe him as a bad guy. And he was a really, really bad guy in Apache Uprising. So you saw that one.
Yeah.
And then I showed you The Honor of Cochise, the Bonanza episode, where his character poisoned a bunch of Indians, and Cochise is after him and a band of Indians. And then the other one was a good guy role. The other one was Lady of the Plains from Death Valley days. And is that the only Westerns we saw?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah. But we did see, 3 conventions?
Probably like 3 or 4,
Yeah, 3 or 4 conventions. So she was able to actually get a sense of what he was like in person. Interviews are close to like what he was, but he always was a little nervous doing interviews. Once he got on stage and had been there for like 5 or 10 minutes, he was much more Dee-like and more. So she got an opportunity to really listen to him interact with the crowd and stuff. And did you get a sense then? I mean, I know from the book you got a sense like you knew him, but did the convention things also give you an additional sense of?
You mean like, do I think how you wrote Dee matched up with the
No.
convention?
I just wondered if it gave you an additional dimension in addition to the book, because you said you felt like you met him in the book, but.
Well, because I felt like I already met him, I felt like they kind of went together very well.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. Yeah. In other words, there was like no jarring difference. Oh no, that's who Kris described, and that's who that is. Okay, that's good. That's very good. I like that. It's a nightmare to direct a movie. Yeah, I imagine it is.
Very stressful.
Yeah. So, let's see. And then, of course, we're both musical fans. So we have watched Les Mis. We have watched 1776, one of our very, very favorites. And what was it?
What was the other one?
The other one.
Music Man.
The Music Man. Music Man is her mom's favorite and one of my favorites of all time with Robert Preston.
It's one of her favorites.
So we watched The Music Man because Hannah had never seen it before. I told her Robert Preston was my big crush before DeForest Kelley, before I really discovered DeForest Kelley. So, and he was such a scoundrel until the end. And then he got his foot caught in the door and he really fell in love. So it was a cool movie. Let's see, what else? We've had lots of good meals. more out than in.
That is true.
I'm not the greatest cook in the world, so we did some out.
You're
one of your
fine.
first. I'm fine.
Yes, you are a fine cook.
Okay, one of the first things we did was we went to Yanqing because I wanted her to try the wonton. Helen was not a fan. Helen thought, well, one time is enough there, but you liked it.
Yeah, I did.
And you liked the sweet and sour chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday we went to Red Robin, and we had a wonderful meal there. Where else? Oh, and we went to the Angley's again, where I took Helen before, that 1950s retro restaurant. We went there a couple times for breakfast because they're just so welcoming, and so
They are.
They treat you like family there. So that's another one. Tallulah is go to Angley's on have you been there?
No.
It's on Portland Avenue. It's north of 84th on Portland Avenue. It's just about at 72nd and Portland Avenue.
Okay.
If you're coming from 72nd, you'd go right on Portland Avenue, and it'd be almost immediately on your left past the Safeway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where that is.
And it's a really, really good place to eat. The people are just wonderful there.
Awesome. I will definitely go try it out for sure.
I recommend the taco omelet.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It was really good.
You had me at taco omelet. I'm sold.
As soon as someone says taco, I'm down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And today, I did mention this earlier, that Star Trek ornament, the McCoy ornament, is going to be at Hallmark after 10 o'clock. In other words, you could go get it right now. As soon as this show ends, we're going to both go get one.
Yeah.
Because we were there a week ago and we wanted to get one and it wasn't there yet. They said, "Oh no, they'll be here Saturday." I said, "We'll be there as soon as it is."
What Hallmark?
Any Hallmark.
Oh.
The one I'm going to is in Puyallup at the South Hill Mall.
Oh, that's literally I'm right next to that right now.
Are you really? Well,
yeah, we're at Kaiser Permanente.
We'll be there close to probably 12:30 or 1, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And I hope everybody else goes out and buys a McCoy ornament too. Maybe they'll think about doing some McCoy things. I think it's time, don't you?
Yeah.
I'd like to see some more McCoy things out there.
I'm so mad that they don't have a Funko Pop.
A what?
A
Funko Pop, the little action figures.
Oh, yeah?
They don't have one. I was so mad.
They have one for every other character but McCoy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. I'm like, what the heck?
I know.
Oh, they had some cute little Sulu and Uhura. What were those? Little bitties or something? Little boys.
Yeah. Big head, a little body.
Yeah.
Have you seen the ducks that you can get on Amazon?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have one.
I do have a McCoy duck.
I have a McCoy duck too. I got it for my birthday, and I love it.
All right.
It's the best 30th birthday present, and I'm just like, yes.
That is absolutely great. I don't have a McCoy duck.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, but you actually got to meet Dee. The rest of us,
that's
a lot of us did not get that privilege.
True. That's true. I'm looking to see if I should.
Which one are you thinking?
Did we do this one before? I don't know if we did that one or not.
I don't think we did.
Short sheeted D in the toilet. I mean, G in the toilet. Okay. Well, here's an October.
We might have done that. The short sheeted.
No, I just mentioned short sheeted. No, and Dee did mention that at one of the conventions about short.
Yeah.
They just went to short sheet me. Didn't even remember that thing. Okay, I'll read this one little excerpt from my book now for those of you who are hanging on for D stories. Looks like everybody's here on NDBmedia. Isn't that wonderful? That means everybody can comment who wants to. Everybody's finally got that down pat. So this is called October Trek Shenanigans on page 71 if you have the book and want to read along. October Trek in 1990 was long anticipated. Anticipated with a certain degree of trepidation, it's true. because Sue Keenan and Sandy Zier had conspired with the Kellys over something evil. Kat and I didn't know just what it was. All we knew was that it had arrived in a box from Dee and Carolyn to Sue, and Sue had told us it was alive. There were holes in it. It was for Kat and me, but was kept carefully secured by Sue until October trek. She would let us gently, because it was alive, shake and rattle the box, but not a word slipped from her lips as to what it was. Kat and I were nervous, with a capital N. Sue was getting even for all the grief our shenanigans had caused her in the past. She had even led a Boy Scout, Dee, astray, not to mention the hotel staff itself, as we later found out. This did not bode well for our reputations. Upon arriving at the Hunt Marriott Valley Inn Convention Hotel, Kat and I checked in. Kat had been waiting for 7 hours to check in, but the staff kept apologizing and telling her that the room wasn't ready yet. We finally got up to the room and found that Sue and Sandy had decorated, more like destroyed, our room with more than 700 balloons and disaster area streamers. We were in shock. Kat kiddingly slammed the hotel staff man up against the wall and shrieked, "So this is why you kept me waiting for 7 hours?" The fellow apologized profusely and got a hug and an "it's okay" in response. After we sorta cleaned up the room, shoved all the balloons into one corner so we could find the beds, we went to Sue's room and found her hiding beside her bed. We thought we had already seen it, the long-anticipated gotcha. No, the balloons and the streamers were not it. There was more. We decided we better go back and check things out more thoroughly. Short-sheeted? No. More balloons in the closet? No. Cellophane toilet? No. What we eventually found was bones, an inflatable skeleton, luxuriating in a bathtub that was more than half filled with shaving cream. 30-plus cans of shaving cream. The shaving cream was the it on which Sue and Dee had done their research. She had written him of her plans for her bathtub, but had said that she didn't know how long shaving cream would last after it was out of the can. So Dee had taken it upon himself to test its durability in a dish near his bathroom sink at home. That's why he had told her it's still alive, and what Kat and I had been scratching our heads over for 3.5 months. The box Carolyn had sent to Sue was actually a decoy. It was empty, except for some Excelsior shavings. She had sent it just to add additional mystery and an intrigue to Sue's plan. Well, we took many photos of Bones enjoying his bath, and many more photos of Kat and I enjoying Bones. And we had the photos developed the next day at a mall across the street. While we waited for the photos, we took a walk in the mall and discovered an installation display with two 2-foot tall, bless you.
Excuse me.
With two 2-foot-tall mounds of what looked exactly like shaving cream. We wanted them, needless to say, for a get-even gotcha in response to Sue's gotcha. Kat called the installation firm, since no one was managing the booth,
Excuse me,
and explained why we needed the cone insulation so desperately. The owner of the firm chuckled and gave us permission to take them. We took one of them to Sue's room in a black plastic bag. Jackie Edwards, Sue's roommate for the weekend, gave us the key to the room after we cleared the joke with her, so we broke in only to find Sue sitting there. Yikes. Sue looked at the large garbage bag and asked, "What's that? And how did you get in here?" "Oh, this," I said, lifting the bag, "is nothing really. Just a little token of our affection for you. See you later." I turned to leave, bag still in hand. "Get back in here." "Yes, ma'am," I said, and returned. Kat was still standing in the hallway, not knowing whether to flee or support me. Sue asked, "What's in the bag?" "You want to know what's in the bag?" "Yes." "Okay. Go into the bathroom for about 30 seconds and we'll show you." Sue looked devious. "Who gave you the keys to this room?" "Jackie." "Jackie?" "Yeah, so you know what's in the bag isn't harmful or trashy. You'll like it." "Okay," she said finally, and stepped into the bathroom. I closed the bathroom door and put the shaving cream insulation cone near it, then made a sound as if I was spraying something out of a can. Shh, shh. I sprayed and sprayed for a good 30 seconds. Sue could hear me. Kris, what are you doing? Is that silly string? You'd better not be doing anything to the room that will damage it. I continued to spray. Shh, shh, shh. Finally, she couldn't stand it any longer and burst out of the bathroom. The look on her face indicated that she was livid. If looks could kill. She looked at the pile of shaving cream and hissed, I hope you put something underneath that. No, I said breezily. Shaving cream can't hurt the rug, can it? I could see her thinking, they've really done it this time. They've damaged hotel property. They've gone over the edge and betrayed good sense and common courtesy. She was speechless, but it was evident that we had crossed the line as far as she was concerned. I couldn't take it anymore. I smiled and said, Sue, relax. I leaned over and lightly kicked the cone of insulation. It moved over about 2 inches. Sue cracked up. The relief on her face was evident. She loved it. She said, I should have known it was fake. It would have taken 3 or 4 cans of shaving cream to make it that big of a mess. She had experience in that area. Her thumb still hurt from filling our tub with the stuff. We hugged her and left and then went to our room with Reggie Holloway from Turlock, California, and began to prepare for our next gotchas for Dee and Carolyn. We prepared a ransom note by cutting out words from a newspaper. We took one of the bones, the inflatable skeleton in bed with Kris photos from Sue's gotcha in the bathtub, and attached it to a ransom note which read, send us $50,000 in unmarked bills or these incriminating photos will be turned over to the National Enquirer. Another Bones and Cat photo showed Bones sitting up in bed and smoking a cigarette with Cat in the background on the bed looking exhausted, exhilarated, and ecstatic. The caption on that one read, was it as good for you as it was for me? Now, this is one of those Halloween skeletons. You know, you get in. Other photos showed Bones dancing with Cat, sitting on a table near the balloon pile, etc. We put them all the photos in a manila envelope and asked Sandy to deliver them to the Kellys the next time she drove over to their hotel. She also had our pachyderm poo plaque to deliver. Kat and I had made 2 shellac plaques, one for Sue, one for the Kellys, whom we considered partners in crime over the 3.5 month mystery. Both had an enormous elephant dropping on them, borrowed from the dung pile up at Shambhala, and both had an engraved brass metal plate as well, which read, thank you for putting up with all our shit. Atop the pachyderm poo plaque, we cemented 2 little love bugs, and they had little placards containing songs. Dee and Carolyn's song was, we love you, DNC, oh yes we do. We don't love anyone as much as you. Sometimes it's hard to tell, that's true. But DNC, we love you. Sue's song was, we love you, Sue Keenan. Oh, yes, we do. We try so hard to prove this fact to you, but we are sure you know it's true. Oh, Sue Keenan, we love you. Underneath the plaque, we affixed a contents label. Contents, 100% pure pachyderm poop. Compliments of Shambhala, preserved. Sue received her award Thursday night. The Kellys were delivered to them on Friday. The ransom note and photos were delivered on Saturday. Friday night, I presented my comedy routine again, and it went well. We spent Saturday afternoon waiting all day for Dee to appear on stage at 5:30. We did a lot of laughing and visiting with DKFC members and friends, and also visited the dealer's room. Okay, now I want to find the part where Dee... As the time for Dee's appearance approached, those members who had not seen Dee live before were fit to be tied. Sue and Kirsten were beside themselves with anticipation. Ruth had a chocolate cowboy that she wanted to present to him and wasn't sure she'd have the guts. She did eventually. Dee came on stage to thunderous applause and a standing ovation, which was typical of his fans' reactions. He was in a fantastic mood. For some reason, even more fantastic than usual. That should have been a tip-off, but we were naive. He didn't seem at all nervous, and he raised Kat and me unmercifully from the stage. His introduction of us actually started out very sweetly, but quickly devolved. An unknown fan raised her hand and told Dee, I have something for you. Dee responded, you have something for me. Come on up here. As she delivered the wrapped package into his hands, he smiled at her and said, thank you very much. I'll open it later if that's all right with you. The girl nodded her consent. Then Dee went on. I hope your gift is as interesting as what a couple of people here that really deserve mention, Kris Smith, and another one is Kat Lane. They have been assisting Sue Keenan, my fan club president here, and contributing to her fan book, which comes out periodically. And Kris and Pat presented me with a lovely gift this afternoon before I came. Kris has a very beautiful animal that she keeps at Shambhala, which is a lion preserve. She has a beautiful sorrel, and we were out there to see Deacon. That's the sorrel's name. And animals are strange. Deke loves to roll in elephant dung. I know there is some joking going on in this group, and I opened this present today, and here was a petrified pile, elephant dung, mounted on a lovely plaque with 2 weird shellac love bugs, and it said, "We love you, we do, do, do. Thanks, girl. I really appreciated that." I'll stop there, but we were afraid that we were going to get lynched after that because of such high regard that everybody held Dee, and we thought, oh my gosh, they are going to lynch us, but they actually loved every minute of it, and they were laughing themselves silly. So, yeah.
I think you learned by that point. Every time you did something, he was going to bring it up.
Well, I kind of figured he wouldn't bring up that one. But it did give him the opportunity to tell the story about the time of the Rory Calhoun story about the time he put the horse dung.
Yeah.
Actually, the reason we did that to him is because he had put horse dung in Rory Calhoun's dressing room. And I thought, well, elephant dung is a better gotcha than horse dung. So let's do the elephant. And I made sure it was not icky. I mean, I got this big elephant dung and then I shellacked it like crazy for many, many weeks. Actually, it was quite a long little process to get it to where it was completely enclosed and non-odorous. And although elephant dung smells like fresh mown hay, it's 80% hay. It smells really, really nice, but I shellacked it to make sure that it wouldn't be, unhealthy for them to receive. I asked him if they flew it home, and he said, "Oh, absolutely, we flew it home." He said, "We're going to mount it right above our bed." I said, "Oh, I'm sure you are." No, he didn't. Anywho, you've been putting these up? Was there any roles he wanted to do that he was bummed at? He said he would have given his left arm to do the Quantum Leap series because he really, really would have loved to be able to play a different character each week. He said that is an actor's dream.
I can't remember what role it was, but he had auditioned for a Western, and he was so sure that he was going to get the role.
Hire.
Yeah, he was so sure that he was going to get the role. He threw a party.
Yep.
And then the next day he went in. There was a different actor's name on that role. He was heartbroken.
Yes, he absolutely was. I'm a doctor, not a quack. I'm sure that's in relation to your Dr. McCrane. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's a crazy story. So, Dawn, haven't you read my book yet? Hey, there's so many crazy stories in that thing. Most of that book is an absolute hoot to read.
Yeah, it is.
It's sad at the end because he didn't have a happy ending. But he was even funny then. We even had good times then. So yeah, he was a great guy. Anything else you want to talk about? We're about 45 minutes in.
I've run out of stuff.
Have you? Okay. Well, unless we get any comments or questions, I guess this will be one of our shortest ones ever. But it works. So if you don't have any more questions or comments, please, if you do, please put them in right away. I'll wait a minute or so. And if I don't get any more, then we'll just call it a day. So you guys can get on with your days. Oh, it's been a while since he's read the book. Okay. Yeah. Me too.
What, you mean you don't read your own books religiously?
No, I don't. And the funny thing is, if I try to remember a story, I don't necessarily remember the way it went. I have to go into the book and say, oh, that's how it went. Because I wrote it so, right after each of these events occurred. And it's amazing. Your memory can throw you for a loop sometime, or you might get anecdotes mixed up. He said this time. No, he said that time, whatever. Mm-hmm. So if you see it in the book and I say something different, the book is the accurate version. I'm getting adulterated. No. It's been a lot of years since it happened. So, and I don't read that book all the time. So, I would love to see a biopic of Dee one day. I would too. I think that would be absolutely great. And I think he said what she said. I would love to see that. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Well, gang, I guess I'll just let everybody go. Tallulah, thank you for, she went away.
There she is.
Did you go away by yourself, or did it just send you away? Nobody.
I'm on my phone, so
okay.
I keep accidentally backing out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're about to sign off, so please look at the earlier version. Oh, let me put up that link for those of you who want to go to the earlier Evernew. Even this one will be up there very, very soon. All the older Evernew episodes. Because if you want some more stories about, and the other thing you can do, you can go to yellowballoonpublications.com, which is probably, if you want to hear interviews that people have done with me about Dee in Westerns or in Star Trek. There's lots of interviews there at Yellow Balloon Publication. That's one yellow balloon. yellowballoonpublications.com.
You can also go on YouTube and search Evernew Kris M. Smith.
But that's kind of hard. I mean, it seems like it just gives you individual episodes. And this link right here will take you to all of them. And it'll even give you a little heads up about who the guest is. If you don't know, Dee of Lock's hair is going into space. And the thing about that was actually discovered in the episode that I did. You weren't on that week. I had Mark B. Lee as a guest, and he was with Celestis, and that's how we got hooked up together so that I could get the lock of Dee's hair into space on the next flight.
We joked
on the Enterprise.
We joked on. I think it was the one after that. All this needed to happen was for me not to be there.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's 2 more comments. Let's not leave comments undone. Can you imagine what a great film that would be? Yeah, really.
Oh, yeah.
Safe traveling home.
Oh, thank you, Helen.
And thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
We don't know yet when that space flight will be. They keep saying it's the 4th quarter, November or December. They just fired off the test rocket to be sure that everything was working properly, and it worked beautifully. So they said that means all we need to do now is find an open time when the weather is right. I will be given about 2 weeks notice. They'll say it's going to be 2 weeks from now, get your reservations and get over there. So I will know within 2 weeks. Hopefully I'll be able to let you know if I end up there during Evernew. You could do the Evernew. I wonder if you can do it from remotely.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can do that. Anyhow, I'll let you know when it will be as soon as I find out. I did just get a heads up that the test rocket fired beautifully, and so it's go. We just have to find a date for it.
It's one of those things we just have to play it by ear.
Have to play it by ear, yeah. Okay. So thank you for coming, you guys who are so just stalwart. You're always here, always here. Thank you, Tallulah. And I hope you stay in touch. And she froze. Okay. And Bari Sue, thank you again for the t-shirt. I know you will see this later because right now you're doing a craft show. Yes, you can see a recording of it. It will be available at celestis.com. The flight will be, the memorial service will be, everything. I think the flight will be live. I know the memorial service will be, and let me get you that, Celestis, in case you don't know how to spell that. That's it right there. You can go there right now and keep track of what their schedule is. So, all righty, everybody, thank you. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Tallulah.
In 2 weeks, I'm going to read, in 2 weeks, I'm going to read Happy Halloween. And one more comment. Oh, thank you, guys. Been great as always. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You make it happy for us to do. So
It's true.
thank you. Please share this with anyone you think would enjoy it, especially animal lovers this week. Take care. Bye-bye.